Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Hope everyone's having a great morning so far. I have not taken any trades this morning. Haven't had any setups. Most of the morning we've been kind of playing around the middle pivot level. Either the entry has been on the middle pivot level or it'll be like a divergence like this where we're going back towards the pivot level. And at the moment, I don't trade those. So, yeah. We just got through the low impact news for the day. So, let's see what happens. Patience. Uh-oh. I do know that I don't know if anybody's been having rhythmic problems, but I did notice that the data lag was like 1.5 seconds for a long time this morning, pretty much right up until I went live, which is weird. But yeah, good morning, Trenches. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. I definitely spent Friday after Friday session. I basically went through all of my rules that were not extremely defined. Well, first of all, let's start off with the counter trend divergence. Definitely have to go back to not doing it at all on Fridays, which is fine, not fine. And then I also went through just some other rules where I felt like I wanted them to be more defined. And what I realized is this. Let's start with the Friday counter trend divergence. The problem with some of the rules that I had with my strategy is that most of them were based off of setups that happen on days where there's high volatility and high volume. But then on the days where there's low volatility or low volume, they lose a lot. The ones that are not super defined. Same thing with the counter trend divergence on Fridays. On the days where there was a lot of volatility and volume, I'm gonna say volatility because the volume wasn't horrible on Friday, but the volatility wasn't that great, right? So that's why the counter trend divergence didn't work that well that day. Well, the problem is it's pretty much impossible to figure out what days are going to be super volatile and what days are not, because you can't just go based off of the volume. So essentially, like, it'll work out on days where I have, like, let's say 15 to 20 setups, but on days where I might only have like 5 to 7, it doesn't work. And so basically it made it to where I just have to be a lot more strict with my strategy, because for me, if I'm gonna have, let's say, 15 setups in a day, and now I can't take 3 of those because of my more strict rules, it's okay because I still had 12 setups. I'd rather lose the wins on those days than incur the losses on the days where I don't have enough setups to cover the losses, if that makes sense. So essentially Friday would have been a no trade at all day, which is very rare because out of all the data from the 4th of March until now, or until Friday, and then the 30% back test that I did from the data in October, which the week that I always choose in October is it's like a really high volatility week. So it didn't really help with my data for real. But out of all of those days, there was, I think, only one other day where I would have had no trades, and that would have been the day before Good Friday. So for me, as boring as it is watching a stream where somebody doesn't take trades, Friday would have just been a day where I couldn't take any trades, and it just is what it is. So yeah. Good morning, Rio. Good morning, Applejacks. Yes, the market absolutely sucks. No trades for me so far. Going good, sitting on your hands. Now you're green a couple hundred. Continue to sit on your hands because this is whack. Good morning, Harvey. Good morning, Husk. If you guys haven't checked out Husk's channel, you guys should. He trades more inverse FVGs or failed FVGs, kind of. But yeah, so we'll see. Now that I have some things that are a little bit more defined, there's like 2 more things that I kind of have like written off to the side on my cheat sheet. Like I possibly want it to be this, but I don't really have enough data to define it just yet. So we'll see. But I just reprinted. I forgot to actually redo my cheat sheet and just add some of those couple of things in. So I just reprinted it and then I just rewrote it, and I'll just pay a little bit more attention to it. But those 2 things should probably be the last 2 things. So let's hope. But yeah, this morning, all we've been doing is playing around the middle VWAP level. Now you can see we're playing around the major support level a little bit. So what's most important for me is if today is going to be low volatility, not the volume patterns that I particularly like. If I end up with no trades, I'm cool with that. I'm absolutely cool with that. I do still eventually want to see if there's any way for me to be able to trade, like going back towards the VWAP and things like that. Because like I said before, when I was on a 20 in 1 chart, I could with literally no problem. So I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be a way for me to do it or not, but we'll see. Friday, you... Friday. All right, wait a minute. What are we doing here? I can't tell what that number is. Ah, that was my trade. And that's gonna win. That sucks. I just missed that setup, and it wasn't even because I was looking to my right. It's because I couldn't freaking see the volume number, which is whack. 378. Oh yeah, I couldn't see it. So that's kind of trash. Ooh. That's not gonna win. We'll take the 1 bar pullback though. No fill. Alright, that's cool. That was lame. I have to fix my freaking... I have to put the pullback marker in a different place because that's the only reason why I missed that initial sale right there. So that's freaking annoying, but whatever. So I should be break even right now. instead of down, but that's all right. All right, anyway. So you blew 2 PAs that were in low drawdown and 1 eval. So now you just have 2 PAs and 1 eval. You went semi-tilt. Probably start to. First of all, trenches. Weren't we just talking about how you were 2 weeks tilt free? How do we go from celebrating that to you actually going on tilt? Did you do it after I got off the stream? Come on. You suck. Not the market, actually both. If it gets to 151, you really suck? Oh, gracious. I'm gonna have to fix this though. I'll make sure as soon as I'm done journaling my trades, I'm gonna have to go back and fix that pullback marker. It's not far enough, which is really weird because it is on my major level but not the minor, and I don't understand why. But I needed to move because I really thought that the volume was a whole different number than what it was, and I had time to get into the freaking trade. All right, so I don't know really where the volatility came from, but hello. This is so trifling. Like, so trifling. What is this? 276. I legit could have taken the sale right here, but it just looks so trifling. And actually, no, I couldn't have. I forgot that was after a 1 bar pullback. I don't take that kind of divergence after a 1 bar pullback. So, all right, I feel better about not taking it. And this, I don't. Whatever. I told y'all, when I don't have a trade in the first like 5 minutes of the market being open, I already know it's just not going to be that great. The zigzag is really ugly right here, so no matter what happens right here, I'm not going to take a sell. Because that's impossible to even know what it's supposed to look like. Plus, I would have had to break even right at the green line anyway, which was a tick later. So, okay. Okay. What the hell is this? I'm so confuzzled. Is he in a trade or something? Oh my god, yes he is. He's in a sale. Like, why is he making all that noise? Well, it looks like you don't suck, Applejacks. All right, we're back at the overnight low. Oh, I'm so mad I missed that sale, and it came back to it too. But I was like over here trying to stretch my chart each way so that I can get the freaking thing out of the way. I just couldn't see. All right, I would have taken the buy, but we just touched the major support levels. Oh no, I still suck making. Oh gracious. You gotta laugh to keep from crying. Oh, I wanna let me see if I can recreate this one chart. I was actually looking at some intraday swinging again. Don't ask me why, because I have no idea. I'm a crazy person. The problem is I don't remember what chart I was on. I feel like it was a 2-minute, maybe. I remember I was on a. I feel like I was on a Heikin-Ashi chart. I think. Let me see if I can recreate what I was looking at. Because I'm not gonna lie, as much as I love scalping, and I was making sure that I only looked at the first 2.5 hours of the market because we are not going to be on the charts after that. She refuses. Okay, she refuses. But as much as I love scalping, on days like Friday when I wouldn't have a trade at all, we don't like it. Let me see. Reset. It wasn't that. I'm gonna have to figure out how to recreate the chart I was looking at because I don't remember. Good morning, Granny. Maybe it was not a 2-minute chart. Alright, I'll play around with it in a second. Responsibility. You're starving? Go. Well, it's not lunchtime yet, though. It's still breakfast. It's still breakfast. Oh, let me tell you guys. I have lost like 17 pounds in the last 2 months. Now, mind you, I was never overweight to begin with. I mean, I was 185 and I'm 5'10", and I did not look like I was 185 in any capacity. I mean, I carry most of my weight in my lower body when I do gain weight, so it's not like I really have a problem with it. However, weight is just not supposed to be on me. I've had like an athletic, skinnier build my entire life. So as much as I do like my woman weight, my body does not like it. My back hurt, my knees hurt, and I just can't take it. But I have been taking this supplement to help me like regulate my hormones, because I started taking it before I knew chicken and eggs was my problem. So I don't know. I just had this bright idea 2 months ago that, all right, now that I haven't had chicken or eggs since December of 2019, maybe my body knows how to regulate itself. So let's see. And yeah, the first month I was just like, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. But then after that, it was like, all right, I don't know. So I noticed that I started losing weight like probably about 3 weeks in. And at first I thought it was a fluke. I'm not gonna lie. But then the weight just kept coming off, even without me. I almost didn't get into that trade. I'm glad I did. I was afraid that we weren't going to be able to push through the bottom of that zone, but we did. But yeah, I stepped on the scale and I'm like 168, I believe. And I was 185 when I stopped taking it. The highest I've ever been was 189 maybe. And baby, she was thick. Okay? She was. I absolutely was. I'm shit. I actually shouldn't have gotten into that trade. I just realized that was the first touch of the bottom of the zone. That loss is on me. I could have still been break even just now. But yeah, she was thick and it was cute. She didn't like it. Power to the girls who like being thick. She's not one of them. Me no likey. All right, close. So that's the only trade that I got into that I was not supposed to be in. So I'm cool with that. So break even plus the one that I missed. So I should really be up one trade. Cool. Trying to like keep track in my mind. But it's very interesting how this volume just kind of came out of nowhere. Let's see, 323. Pretty sure. So 68. If we sell off here, I'm going to take the trade. I don't want it to hit 240. I don't want it to hit this pink line. Let's see if we could push through the VWAP. All right. I like that. So I should be up 2 trades right now. I was going to ask if this is a good thing. It's doing the thing. Wait, if what is a good thing? The way the market's moving? We do love being thick until our clothes don't fit. Baby, listen. First of all, let me tell you. I wore a size 9 in jeans since I was like 10, 11. Because I've been 5'10" since I was about 10, 11. But I actually could fill it out. I wasn't wearing a size 9 because I was tall. When I tell you I cried when I had to go to double digits, I mean, I cried big tears. And I still was small, so I didn't understand. But once I got to a 13, I said, hold on. Now, I do feel like the jeans that they make nowadays are way smaller than the jeans from back in the day. I can say that because there's no way. Because I don't, like I said, I gained most of my weight in my bottom half anyway. But some stuff is just like, okay, there's no way I could fit this. And you know, I probably need to get out of the junior section and get into the Mrs. section, but I'm not shaped like how Mrs. jeans are made, if that makes sense. Like, I have a smaller waist, I have bigger hips, and then, you know, smaller thighs, I guess you could say. I mean, my thighs are kind of big for my frame, but I'm shaped like a Coke bottle, kind of, with some hip dips. So I can't really fit Mrs. jeans. They fit very weird on me. So maybe I need to get out the junior section. I don't know. But I feel like that's still where I belong. Okay? I'm not leaving. You're between a 4 and a 6 skinny thick, but mostly skinny. Listen. I don't know the last time I could fit either one of those sizes. Ever. It's so crazy because my mom, she's 5'8", and she was like pretty thin up until I was probably like 20. But I remember when I was in high school, I was a senior in high school, she had found this cute leather outfit that she had when she was in her 20s, like before she had me. So she was like maybe 21, 22. And it was like a crop top looking, and then it was like a skirt that kind of went about mid thigh length, And she was like, Amber, see if you could fit it. I said, baby, how skinny were you? Because I couldn't get it past the middle of my thighs. And I was only 125 pounds. But I think it's also because we were shaped so differently. Like when my mom was skinny, she was like straight up and down. She didn't really have hips. She still really doesn't have hips to this day. So that probably contributed to it. But I was like, oh. But yeah, I've been in a size 9 since I was in the 6th grade, since I was 10 years old. Yeah. I could never. A size 6 would fit on one leg. Like, I've never been able to fit a size 0. Like, no. No. When I hold some stuff up, I'm like, there are people who are this little? Yeah. Let's see. The zigzag is not attached to the current bar because the high of this bar is the same as the high of the previous bar. So we gotta wait a little bit. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do with my pullback marker. $318. 171. Yeah, see, like I still can't see the freaking thing. I don't like that. I'll change that because that's gonna get on my nerves. So I need to make it like super far up. Hey Meg, how are you? First day on the stream in a while. And guess we talking thick? Meg. Yeah. I was just talking about how I lost 17 pounds in the last 2 months. Really didn't change anything. I just stopped taking this one supplement. I think that I'm like super sensitive to maca root, and there's maca root in that supplement. And so I lost 17 pounds. But I like it though, because I'm basically at my pre-pandemic weight, which the only reason why I gained weight during the pandemic was because number one, we couldn't line dance anymore for a while, and I can't go back to doing it now. However, my biggest problem is that I still wear a mask all the time, and it's practically impossible to line dance for 3 hours straight in a mask, and it's really not healthy either. So that, and I started working at an eating disorder facility, and yeah, they had me thinking that I wasn't eating enough, so I was overeating. But yeah, can we push through? Yes, no. I don't know where all this volatility came from, but I mean, I like it. Even though I just lost that trade, but I like it. Oh, you know what? Shit, you guys. I should have broken even. I'm going to show you guys exactly why in a second. Let me just see if I'm going to get this. Yes. Yes, I should have broken even. All right, here's why. Remember, I told you guys, like, if there's a new rotation level that paints while I'm in the trade like this, if I was in this sale, I would have to break even right here because this is a brand new rotation level. I also said that I think I need to start breaking even at the previous rotation level as well, right? Well, if you look right here, this was the last rotation level. Where did we push down to? So if I put this right here, this was a previous rotation level. I got into the sell. We got down to the rotation level and we pushed up. That's something I'm going to have to remember. Now, if it's like the prime high, it does not matter. It's only the rotation levels. So that loss is on me. I could take that. That's something that I honestly just completely forgot about until I looked to my left. Like, it just resisted way too hard. What was that? It was that. It was the freaking rotation level. Like, what the? But yeah. Although today started off crappy, I could deal with whatever happened after, what was that, 9 o'clock? No, maybe like 9:15. I could deal with that kind of volatility. But yeah, thank you, Meg. I'm in Missouri. So line dancing is not like country line dancing. And it's not like the Cupid Shuffle kind of thing. Well, I mean, the Cupid Shuffle is a line dance, but there's legit like a line dance to so many R&B songs, even rap songs and stuff, like popular songs that are not so popular. But yeah, so me and my mom, we used to do that from years ago, probably like well over 10 years ago at this point. And we would go every Tuesday, and they started at 5:30, but I wouldn't come until 7 because they would teach from 5:30 to 7, and I'm not here to learn. Like, I could pick up pretty easily, and plus most of the stuff that they taught were like super easy things. So basically from 7 until 10, I just danced for 3 hours straight for the most part, unless there was a song I didn't really like or dance that I didn't really like. But from 9 to 10, all the dances were like super advanced. So I'm talking like you twirling, twisting, you doing all kinds of stuff. Like, you are moving and grooving. Songs are really fast, that kind of thing. And I just really, really enjoyed it. And it kept me really healthy. It was the only cardio that I would do for the entire week. And then I would just do like a 10-minute HIIT workout, maybe like once or twice a week on top of that. And I mean, I have a really good diet too, because I mean, for some people, it's not always just the fact that they're not exercising, it's their diet as well. But I've been intermittent fasting for like 5+ years. I don't really eat sweets. I don't eat a lot of salty food. I drink water 99.999% of the time. So, but that was like the best cardio for me, because I can't jog and I can't run, because I have a really bad back and I have 2 screws in my knee as well. So walking is like the only thing, but it's like the perfect time for me to go walking. It's way too hot, or like the sun is just, I tan very easily, which I don't have a problem with. But when you end up being 7 different colors because you tan so easily, it's a no for me. And then we also have dogs in our neighborhood that just kind of annoy me, and so that was my preferred way of cardio. It's hard for me to get on a treadmill because it's boring as hell. So I was just telling my mom, like, I really want to get back into line dancing, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I ever said this on the stream, but I actually beat tuberculosis recently. So for me, like, it's not even a COVID thing. I just wear a mask all the time. I mean, COVID to me just showed us how, like, you really don't know what the person next to you has, and they can just breathe in your space and give you something that can affect you for the rest of your life, you know. And I caught tuberculosis right before COVID happened. So I'm pretty sure I caught it at work, number one. Yeah, I caught it at work, and that was before we wore masks, obviously, because COVID was not a thing. And yeah, I didn't even find out until years later, and it was the most devastating thing ever. And so I did like some holistic treatments, and eventually I went back to get retested. Well, I actually went to get treatment, and because it had been like a little minute since I had got the diagnosis, he basically wanted to retest me because he was like, you're a pretty healthy person, you could have been borderline, and because you're such a health nut, maybe your body was able to get rid of it, which does not happen often. And plus, we live in an area where tuberculosis is not really it's not that prevalent, really. So yeah, I retested, and everything that I did holistically to get rid of it, I got rid of it. So for me, everybody looks like germs. So I'm just that person who, like, for the rest of my life, I will just wear a mask because I never want to deal with that again. Like, just thinking about the treatment process, like, it's 4 months of crazy antibiotics, like, that can send you into liver or kidney failure, possibly. Um, yeah, it's very harsh treatment. And that's why I wanted to try the holistic route first. Like, even though I've been a nurse for a long time, I do not agree with Western medicine with everything. So, yeah, that was that. So, that's why I haven't gotten back into line dancing, and it really sucks because I really want to get back into it, but I don't think it's healthy to dance for 3 hours with a mask on. So, yeah. Comparing American line dances to Caribbean, West African dances always make me cover my head in shame. Yeah, it's a lot different. It's a lot different. A lot different. My mom, she loves line dancing too, but she does more of the like easier stuff. This cell right here, I could have taken. I don't really have a whole lot of. It basically was a pullback at my major level. I don't have it set up a lot, so I didn't really want to take it, even though it's set up pretty much perfectly. Yeah, I just didn't want to take it, so I didn't. 331. Okay, I'm glad that canceled because that was late. I don't know if I would have even gotten filled on that trade anyway. I probably could have, but I was a little late in pushing the button, but I don't think I would have gotten filled anyway. But I'm not all the way sure, really. Alright, that invalidated itself. I wouldn't have gotten filled anyway. $11.78. Today's not really been that bad ever since the volume came in. I'm just mad that a couple of those trades I missed because I couldn't see the number because my freaking pullback marker is in the wrong place. But that's all good. This sell right here, I still don't really know if I would have gotten filled though. And actually, I'm thinking about the wrong pattern anyway. I couldn't have taken that sell anyway. That would have been invalid even if I did get into it. I forgot I made that setup a little bit more defined, so. Let's see. That's got to stall there for quite a bit. My mom used to be so serious about that shit every time she heard somebody had it. Now I'm at the doctor with a circle on my arm. So this is the craziest thing about my story with it. So about probably 8 years ago, I went to get tested for a new job, and I got the circle on my arm. And my whole arm was swollen black and blue. And where I got the shot, there was a huge indentation in my arm. So, of course, the nurse practitioner asked me about reactions that I've had to any like vaccines or anything. Because, of course, if you have reactions to one, you're probably going to have reactions to others because they pretty much use a lot of the same preservatives and stuff. So I told her, I was like, well, I've had reactions to the flu and pneumonia vaccines before, with the last time being my senior year of high school. I had such a bad reaction that they thought I had meningitis. Like, I had to get a spinal tap where they put a needle in your spine to get spinal fluid to test it for meningitis. And I could not walk barely for like 2 weeks because, and I don't know why they don't do this, but they should have done an x-ray to look at my spine first, because years later I found out that my spine is twisted in a spiral at the bottom. So I could have really gotten paralyzed from it because the disc space is so small in my lower back. But anyway, so it turned out I did not have meningitis. I did not have to be hospitalized, but I had got the flu and pneumonia shot one more time, and that was in nursing school, and I got extremely sick from it, like extremely. Not like, oh, I have a cold or oh, I have flu, like, I mean like extremely sick to where I can barely get out of bed. So when I told her that, she was like, you don't need to get any more TB shots and don't get any more vaccines because it's clear that you're having a reaction to a preservative that's in it. So just leave it be. So I'm like, cool. So from there, because I had the reaction to the test on my arm, that particular agency that I was working for, they immediately went to chest x-rays. So every year I would just get a chest x-ray, and basically the chest x-ray would be to make sure that I'm not having any lung changes from possible tuberculosis. Cool. So fast forward about 3 years ago or so, three and a half years ago, I started working for a different agency. And so in the process of doing the preliminary stuff for them, they wanted to, of course, do a TB test. So I let them know. I was like, hey, I can't get TB tests because I had a really bad reaction to it years ago, and I was told to never do it again because she basically told me like I could die from the next one. I can go into anaphylactic shock because every single time it's gotten worse and worse. So they're like, okay. So I said, my previous agency, we just did chest x-rays every year just to make sure I'm not having any lung changes that could be tuberculosis. Well, the agency was like, well, we don't do chest x-rays until a blood test confirms that you do have it. So we're going to order a blood test. I'm like, cool. So I go in there like, all right, look, I'm here to get this, pre-employment blood test. This is just for them. I know I don't have it, whatever. So they do the blood test, y'all, and it came back positive. And I was like, huh? What? So I like cried for legit every day for about a month, because it was like the most devastating thing ever. And I immediately remembered that like right before COVID happened, I worked in a long-term care facility, which was basically like a medium security jail. It was a psych facility. But the majority of my patients there were like not guilty by reason of insanity, permanently incompetent to stand trial. They have unalived people, arsonists, child abusers, predators. So I always had the same patients. Even though I worked on every single unit, I used to always remember like who I gave certain medications to, right? And there were 2 patients on this one particular unit that out of nowhere I was giving TB meds to. But I didn't think anything of it because, of course, like in nursing school, we learned that like when people have tuberculosis, most of the time they're going to be hospitalized in a negative pressure room and things like that. But what I did not remember is that, back in the day, they didn't really do that much unless it was like severe cases. They would just tell you, try to wear a mask around people that you live in a house with. Don't let them drink after you or eat after you, things like that. Make sure that you bleach utensils after they are used, just things like that. But that was the first thing that I remembered was, I had these 2 patients that I was giving TB meds to out of nowhere, and I wasn't, notified of anything. So, like I said, I got the blood test, came back positive, whatever. So I immediately reached out to one of my good friends who is like an herbalist, and he has other friends that are herbalists, and I kind of let him know what was going on. So he had me take this lung renew type of supplement that I basically it was like a powder. I put it in tea. And then there was this other supplement that contained, I forget the freaking name of the supplement, but basically what's in this particular powder whatever mineral it is, it's like found in soil in some part of the world or country where there's like literally no cases of tuberculosis, and they think that it's because this mineral is in the soil. So I did that for 6 months. I was not super consistent with it, to be honest with you, but I was consistent enough. Like I would miss a day or two a week, you know what I mean? Because it wasn't the best tasting, and I didn't really like tea at the time. So yeah, I did that, and then last year, I believe it was, I was like, okay, well, I'm possibly thinking about having children in the near future, and what I don't want to happen is this still be something that's in my body and it's laying dormant. And you know, a lot of women, when they're pregnant, your immune system is all over the place, and what I didn't want was for my immune system to be compromised while I'm pregnant. This becomes an active infection, because I was basically told, like, hey, clearly it's a latent infection. There's no way that you could pass this on to anyone during this entire time that you've had it. Otherwise you would have had, you know, lung changes and stuff like that. So I was assured of that. But anyway, so I wanted to go ahead and get treatment, as scared as I was, because I just didn't want it to become a thing. Or what if I have a child and now it becomes active and now I can't be around my child and things like that, because now I'm getting treatment for this. So I went to the doctor, and he was like, you know, why now? And I told him why. I cried the whole freaking time. The nurse, I think she wasn't a nurse. She was like a secretary. She was looking at me like I was crazy. Y'all, like, why is this grown lady up in here crying about getting treatment? So, you know, she was like, I've never seen people, you know, in all this time that I've been helping with this kind of treatment, I've never seen anyone get the liver damage and kidney damage that you're afraid of, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, listen, lady, that sounds cute and all, but the problem is I feel like I'm always going to be that person. Like, I'm going to be that person that shows you that it's a possibility. And, so he was like, well, you know, you're a healthy person. I think you'll be fine, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right. So, yeah, I got retested. And once they retested me, it showed that everything was clear. And from there, I was like, look, I'm going to wear a mask for the rest of my life because everybody has germs. Because I had COVID one time. I only had it for 18 hours. I'm a pretty healthy person, so I wasn't too worried about it really. But yeah, that was like the least of my worries. I care more about everything else, for real. I ain't gonna lie. There are other things out here that can unalive you. And TB could have been one of them. So yeah, that's my TB story. I liked this sale, but this red line being there, because technically it used to be support and it acts as resistance, but to me it could still be support. So I think I don't know. I'll eat that one because I don't really know. I don't have anything to define like that I could not take that. The only thing, and actually I forgot to look at this. There's a double bottom in the middle, and I remember writing down on one of my sheets of paper that I wanted to look at this particular divergence, lower high to higher high with the double bottom in the middle. I don't think I like those very much. So I don't know. Sometime today I'll go back and look at that, because I know that's the one thing I forgot to look at. Out of all the things on my list, I did not look at that yet. So, or I think maybe I tried, but I didn't have enough data for it probably. Because my regular divergence, a double bottom middle isn't a problem. But that's a different type of divergence, so it could matter. But I don't know. So I'll look. We still got an hour left. Maybe I'll get enough trades to be able to pull myself at least back to break even. I'm going into my notebook real quick because I want to see if I actually attempted to look at it. I know I did, but like I said, I think that I didn't have enough data. Because I feel like I lost that same trade on Friday. No, it wasn't Friday. There's a reason why I wanted to look at it. $358. Nutty must not be doing so well. I just heard him say, to be honest, I should walk away. Alright, there's too much volume in that candle. I can't take it now. And that's gonna close right on the level. I live a hell of a life, I'm telling you. Listen, the stories that I have are crazy. I did it till I was grown, but I just remember getting that circle in my arm 3 times growing up. Cause it's not great. I know my grandma told me that, like, my great grandpa had it when she was growing up. And yeah, that was basically the thing, that he just couldn't be like face to face with him much, and they had to like bleach utensils that he used, couldn't eat or drink after him, kind of thing. But that was pretty much it. And I knew I got it from work because they always tell you, like, first of all, the highest risk population. Hold on. 181. The highest risk population is the homeless, psych facilities, jail, and you primarily get it from either people you live with or from work. And unfortunately, the higher risk population is what I worked with to begin with. So yeah. Let's see what we can get out of this. CB3. I think I did that right. I don't just want to count it because I want. No, yeah, that is right. Almost looked at that wrong. All right, cool. Down 132. Not I feel you, Nutty. Yeah, he said that he just feels like he's just not in the best space. He took a pretty big loss. He had shorted and it went straight up from pretty much where he shorted. And if he would have stayed in the trade, he actually would have been okay now. Oh, I'm pretty sure he got off the stream because it's spinning. Yeah, he got off. $537. Oh. That was a nice sale right there. Oh, you guys, I didn't know you couldn't see my screen. Hold on. I thought I changed. I'm so sorry. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm so used to when I put. Now, why y'all ain't tell me y'all couldn't see my trades? Y'all ain't real. I'm so used to when I go into the chart trader just choosing the second to last account that's there, because the last account is obviously sim, and I knew that my highest number account was going to be my leader. I forgot that they put the PA there. Dummy me. I am so sorry, you guys. Y'all ain't seen not one trade. I'm sorry. Well, this is the last trade that I took. That sale right there. This is the one where I lost. It hit this red line and just bounced up, which it's a support level that turns into resistance. So that might be something where I end up just breaking even there, just not taking. But also I think it was the double bottom middle, because I wrote down somewhere that I don't know if I want to do that particular divergence with a double bottom middle. And I was trying to go through my data to see if I could find another instance of that, but I don't know if I have one. But I wrote it down for a reason, so I'm gonna have to figure out, because I feel like I wrote the examples down somewhere, but I didn't have enough examples or something. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me see if I have it in here. Nope, it's not in there either. There's one example right there. Let me go look at the volume pattern real quick, so I know I can't take this next trade. Okay. So I really only have one other example of it so far. And it did win, but the volume pattern looked a little bit different than this. So I'm probably just gonna make it the same, and that'll make it easier. Which is fine, and it's very easy to remember, honestly. So, ow, I don't know if y'all just heard my shoulder crack. And it makes sense why I would need to be a little bit more strict with that particular volume pattern, because it's not a normal divergence pattern. All right, for me to only be negative 132 for today, I could take that so far. Like I said, hopefully I get enough setups in the next hour. Who knows? Y'all know how it is after 10 o'clock. But hopefully I can get enough setups where I could just bring myself back from it. But we'll see. 687. Nope. No trade here. I would have lost if I would have taken it. This guy sang Lucci. I like listening to him talk. Sang Lucci? Who the heck is that? Where he at? On YouTube? Live trading with Sang Lucci. I'm gonna check him out. Getting close to 151. Yes. I forgot about your 151 trade. Have I ever seen Country Smooth Dance? Country Smooth Dance. I'm gonna have to look that up. We are getting dangerously close to 151. Matter of fact, let me put a Oh, 151 is the, what is that, the current open? Okay. I was going to put a line there, but it's already there. Applejacks, how long do you be in your trades? Would you wouldn't have gotten stopped out on the sell even with the big push up? Or I guess that wasn't that much of a push up. He was on Risk Podcast on YouTube. Let me go look and see who Country Smooth is. I hope it's not that big muscular dude that I cannot stand looking at. Country Smooth. Oh, it's the name of a line dance. No, I never seen this before. Let me look. I think I heard this song before, but I never seen the line dance for it. Alright, y'all, let's see. $291. Too much volume now. Too much, too much. Got a 1 bar pullback here. Couldn't hold. I don't really like taking 1 bar pullbacks if with this particular one, if the my bias is different than the direction that I'm going in. And so I was I could have sold right there. I would have just broken even. My trend bias is a sell, a downtrend. So I'm probably going to go ahead and solidify that rule of the 1 bar pullbacks because everything looked good as far as volume goes. But a 1 bar pullback is not really a strong pullback to begin with, right? This is my thought process. So a 1 bar pullback is not a strong pullback. And I'm trying to take it against the overall trend bias. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make that a rule where my regular 1 bar pullbacks, the trend bias has to be the same direction of the trade that I'm trying to get into. So I'm going to write on here because the 1 bar pullbacks don't even happen that often. So it's not on this Rinko size, which sucks because I don't have enough data for it. But I'll just solidify that's cool for me because it just makes sense. I was hoping that it rotating over the support level here would help it, but it's still just seller pressure, right? I mean, you can look. This is all seller pressure even as it's trying to trend up. So it's just not strong enough of a move really, which is fine. What else? Is it too much volume? Bad for your strategy? No, Nicola. Actually, it's great. It's when there's not enough volume. The only reason I'm negative right now is because I missed a trade. That's number one. Then there were a couple of like iffy trades like this 1 bar pullback. The divergence that I took with the double bottom middle. That I kind of now have a little bit more defined. Basically, when I took it, the volume of the entry bar was only more than the previous reversal candle, but I needed to be more than the previous 2 reversal candles. What's that, green? So, but no, the biggest problem that I've been having is that because I didn't complete my back test and I didn't have enough data, a lot of my rules were not defined enough. And that wasn't a problem initially, because when there's a lot of volume, a lot of my setups work, even if I don't have super defined rules. But as soon as there is not enough volume in the market, that is when I realized, like, yo, some of these rules have to be more defined, because yeah, it's going to take away some of the wins. It's going to take away some of the wins from the high volatility day, but it's going to take away the losses from the days where I don't have enough setups, which is more important for me. Like, I rather have less profit on a day that's going to be profitable anyway than lose on a day where I don't have enough trades to cover losses of patterns that I see all the time. You know what I mean? So no, I welcome the super high volatility days. I hate the days like today. Like, I didn't even take my first trade until well after 9 o'clock. And that's not normal. Like, my first trade was at 9:10. My first trade should be in the first 5 minutes of the market being open. So whenever it's not, I know it's not going to be very much. But we did just have a lot of volatility come in after like 9:15. So, I mean, that's cool. But yeah. But that was the whole purpose of me, like, paying more attention, basically creating a strategy that is volume based. That way I don't have to try to guess. Like, some people like when the market is more choppy, right? But how do you know the market is going to be choppy? It could be, it could be choppy the first 30 minutes of the session, like today. And, you know, you could sit there and scalp your way to a couple $100, maybe even $1,000, who knows? But as soon as the volatility kicks into the market, which you don't know if it's going to do, because it's not like we had any high impact news or anything like that, now you're screwed for the rest of the session, right? Or you have some people who are not really able to trade in choppier markets, but they love trending days. Well, how do you know it's going to be a trending day? Or it could trend the first hour of the session and then suck after that. What are you supposed to do about it? So for me, I feel like volume is like, volatility, you don't know, but volume is volume, right? And if you can, no matter what strategy you decide to use, if you can find consistent volume patterns and couple that with whatever strategy that you have, you could probably do a little something. You could. Because my setups that have been the most defined this entire time, right? Those I don't really lose a lot with. It's the ones where it doesn't really set up very often. I don't have enough data. I don't really know. That's what has been causing me to be negative, you know, while I've been trying to develop this. But yeah, I feel like volume is the only thing that's like consistent, that shows you consistent patterns, no matter what time frame you use, no matter what bar type that you use, it's always going to be volume. And that's why I've stuck to this way of trading for almost 4 months now. But I started using this Renko setting about a month ago. And I've seen the most progress in putting this together since I switched to this Renko size. But, you know, just takes time to get all the data that you need. 5:15. Not enough volume there. Almost, but not quite. And really, it probably still just won because we pretty much pushed off of that support level, resistance level. All right, my levels are out of order. I still have the downtrend bias, and my minor trend is showing a downtrend. However, the level is behind my major level, so I can see consolidation here until it either goes in front of it or we just push up past the zone and actually create an uptrend. So I'll just kind of have to sit until the market shows me what it wants to do. But overall, I'm actually pleased with today, even though I'm negative. I'm on, you better hope I ain't dying, man. We have to stay away from each other. That's it. All right, I had to text my best friend back. He's playing the freaking game without me. And he's ranking up without me. And I got a whole other hour of change before I can get on. All right, let me open up my Excel sheet real quick because Alright, I'm about to look through my journal for that double bottom middle of the that particular divergence pattern. I'm quite sure my thought process of how I want the volume to look, I'm pretty sure I'm right in that. But oh wait, I forgot to Alright. I am quite sure that that is exactly what I'm going to be looking for. And it shouldn't take me long to get through the data either. These papers will stop falling out. I don't know why I didn't actually write it down somewhere though. Why didn't I do that? Because all the... Maybe at some point I felt like maybe it wasn't a thing or something. I don't know. Because literally every example that I've seen so far, yeah, it is not the pattern that I had when I traded it today. I don't know why I thought it didn't set up enough, but it has. What is that number? Oh, I can't take that still. Yeah, you have to be really specific with trades when the previous swing created a double bottom or double top. All right, we can define that one. That's super easy. Yeah, there's like probably 5 examples so far, maybe 6. And yeah, all of them won except the one that I just lost, and that one that I lost is the one that doesn't have the same pattern as the other ones. Go figure. Go freaking figure. And I don't know why I didn't even, I don't want to say backtest it, but I don't know why I didn't write it down. I know, yep, there's another one. That one won. Different pattern. It's the same pattern as the other ones. Why didn't I end up going through and writing all the examples down? Like when I'm going to test something, I will write it down. I'll write down all the examples from all the data that I have so far. I'll just write it all down like in succession, and then I'll just look at all the losses to see like what's the one variable that's different with the losses versus the wins. And had I done that, I wouldn't have even taken that trade. I don't know why I didn't do it. I did it for everything else that I wanted to look at this weekend. Except that one. Good morning, True Seeker. Literally the only one that I didn't write it down for. Why? Why, girl? What are you doing? So I don't know why I did that. No idea. No freaking idea. And I even think I'm gonna trade that divergence a little different. We'll see. We'll see. That kind of makes me a little mad. But not mad because I'm negative because of it. I'm mad at myself because that's something that I wrote down to look at, and that's the one thing out of like 15 things that I wanted to look at. That's the one that I didn't look at. So you just had an additional loss today for legit no reason, aside from just being dumb. Being dumb. Because what the heck? And it needs to be like that for this too. That is insane. I can be a pretty insane person sometimes. I cannot believe I did that. I am going to go back in my journal today and write all the examples down just because it's a lot easier for me to like keep up with certain stuff. and why I made the decision that I made, like whatever changes that I made. So I'll make sure that I still do it. With double bottom, a double top mid, volume. So I definitely should be up today, like, girl. But that's okay. I'll just look forward till tomorrow. I am gonna start writing my trades down though. All right, how many? I've taken 8 trades. Man. I just can't believe I didn't do that. I was hoping that we I was hoping to take the sell off this rotation level, but I can't because the entry would be above the VWAP, which means that we would be going back towards the VWAP. So it tried. All right. Dang, man. I was hoping that I had a good start to the week. Although it's not too bad though, but all right, so 8 trades, 3 wins, 5 losses so far. I can keep that like that. Where's up here? All right, no buy here. We're rotating over the previous close. Shoot. Also, Oh wait, that's different. That one doesn't count. Yeah, alright, so definitely with the 1 bar pullback, my thought process is correct. Even looking back, looking through my data, that's how I need to trade that. So we're good there. First touch, no sell here. Unless it pushes up far enough. I would want the entry to be above 181, which it now is. But I would want it to push down before it gets to 195, before it gets to that zone. Alright, we touched it. If it changes and it doesn't stay this thick red line or pink line, I can get into it. I just need it to change though. Volume looks how I want, but it didn't push up high enough. I just wanted to push a little bit more into the zone first. I don't know if it'll be able to. The sellers are trying to take over now. One, two, three. I don't know if we'll be able to hold, but we'll see. Nope. It never fails. It never fails to fail me. 465. Only thing I didn't like was us pushing off of that buy rotation level, really. Which yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Alright, all the voices are driving me nuts. The only thing that's irritating is I'm negative and I don't have to be. I didn't have to be. But that's what happens when you don't complete your tasks. Alright, what? 10:30. It's alright, because we're going to turn this around this week. I promise you. As long as the market can give me a halfway decent market, we're going to turn this around. We're just starting off trash, which sucks. Alright. Double top start, so no divergence trade here. There's legit, like, out of 6 losses that I have, I think 3 of them I don't want to say wasn't supposed to be in, but now that we've defined a couple of rules a little bit more, I know one of them I definitely wasn't supposed to be in. It was the first touch of the bottom of the changeover zone. I'm so used to the first touch, it like rotating over. So like if this bar was to close above the top of the zone, that's what I'm used to. So like those I don't take at all, but I need to not take them even if the first bar doesn't touch it, but the actual entry bar does. And basically it's because like it's a brand new trend bias, overall trend bias. So if that first trade touches the zone in any way, shape, or form, you don't want to touch it. Like, just don't trade it, because the trend hasn't really been confirmed yet. But yeah, what's my strategy? Also been funded with Apex yet? Hello, good morning, John. I do have one PA account that I passed while attempting to fail it because I'm still developing my strategy, so I didn't really want to pass any evals because to me it's pointless if your strategy is not together yet. So yeah, I do have one PA. I have only taken one trade on it, and that was just to flip a day because I thought at that time that I would have my strategy where I wanted it to be, to where I would pass the next eval and, you know, actually start trading, but that didn't happen. So as far as my strategy goes, I trade Rinkos, and I basically just trade different types of pullbacks and then different types of divergences. And I look for specific volume patterns that are volume patterns that kind of consistently paint in the market every day. That's it. That is it. But yeah, so it's a strategy that I created myself, because in all the years that I've been trading, nobody's scalping strategy, I just didn't like them. And I've taken plenty of courses, bought indicators, had one-on-one mentorship, and I just didn't like people's strategies. So I decided to create my own. And I've had like intraday swing strategies that work really well, but I don't want an intraday swing. I don't want to be on the charts all day. And I just don't like swing trading very much. I used to like multi-day swing. I've done a lot. So my biggest goal has been to master scalping. And this particular version of this scalping strategy, I just started about a month ago. I started being more volume based a little bit after Christmas. However, in that time frame, I've played around with different Rinko settings and stuff. So this particular Rinko setting so far has been my favorite and is what I'm going to stick to. But I didn't start this setting until the week of March 11th, I believe it was. So, and because I was tired of back testing, I didn't complete my back test. So basically every week with what the market was giving me, that's how I kind of like defined my rules and refined things. So I could have been way more ahead of the process if I would have just completed my back test. But when you've been back testing for so long, you just get tired of it and you're over it. So I just said, I'm just going to give myself a little bit more time and we'll just change things as I trade every day. Because nobody wants to back test all the time. So yeah. Today, negative, but I shouldn't be. I missed a couple of trades, and then There's a couple of trades that I didn't have the rules all the way defined for, so we just defined them today. And the biggest thing is most of the data that I had was on really high volatility days, where almost anything would work. So it's really like the lower volatility and lower volume days where you learn that, hey, you need to define these setups a little bit more, because what works on high volume days and high volatility days does not work on low volume and low volatility days. So yeah, so I should definitely be positive today, but it's cool. Let me see, 306, 332. Too much volume there. I thought with that spike up it would actually close the bar, but it didn't. Big trade on and good luck. Thank you. Thank you. Still looking for the buy here, but it cannot stall for too long, which at this point is about to get to that point. All right, too much seller pressure. Zigzag has changed. I did look at another zigzag indicator this weekend. It was the one from Trade Devils, the order flow one. Because I wanted to see, I know that this zigzag is not a normal one. Like, it's not gonna just paint green because it's going up type of thing. And it is based off of volume. But I wanted to see if the one that was based on order flow volume would yield me any different results, and I didn't like it. Thankfully, they give you a 7-day free trial, any of the Trade Devils indicators. That's why I prefer to look at them first, because at least you know you're not going to waste money. But yeah, I did not like it because your settings has to be based on either ATR, a certain number of ticks, a certain number of points, or a certain percentage, and that just doesn't work for what I want to do. I couldn't really find a good ATR setting. I mean, yeah, I couldn't find a good ATR setting that would work consistently. And pretty much it kind of keeps each swing the same color until it decides that it wants to so you'll just continue seeing uptrend, uptrend, uptrend until it decides that it wants to go downtrend, 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 and that doesn't work for me. So I tried the ticks, I tried the points, I tried the percentage. None of it works for how I want to trade, so we'll just stick with this one, which is fine. There's literally no issue with this one. I just wanted to see if the order flow would be any different, and it was different, but not in a good way. So didn't have enough volume pushing down for this particular trade, at least not yet. We got 20 minutes left. I think I really only had one out of 6 of my losses today. I think it's only one that should have actually been a thing. He's so stupid. Alright, new zone is down here. No, I didn't want to remove the zone. I was trying to remove something else. You can't take this by, it's the volume of this swing is equal to the volume of that swing right there. And anytime I have equal swings between point A, B, and C, I don't take the trades. Alright, no buy there. No sale either. Oh, it was just Friday that I forgot. Where is Friday? Friday was the 12th, right? Yeah. $491. This is a setup that I just stopped trading and it won. I don't think I took it last Friday. I remember it set up and it would have lost, but it started with a double top, I think, because it was going for a sale. And I think that was really the only problem with it. So I might get back into taking these. I don't know. There was very little drawdown, as you can see. This is what the bars look like inside. But my entry would have been here at, what is this, 94.25. The low is 91.25. So yeah, that would have been a nice trade actually. So yeah, I think it was the double bottom or double top start. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna continue to sit out of it for a minute. Or I just need to make it a rule where I can't have a double top start on those. Because that's a specific setup. Let's see. I'll write that trade, I'll write that down as, you know, in my miss/didn't take column. Because it was perfect. It literally was exactly what I was looking for. All right. Excuse me, no sell. I have a uptrend bias until we break this zone. What? Here are my thoughts on ICT. He acts like he created something, but he didn't. He just renamed it. Fair value gaps were there before he called them that. They were called inefficiencies or liquidity voids. He did do a good job of explaining them and why they work, but there's so much cockiness and arrogance behind him, it makes it hard to listen to. He's just so unbearable to listen to. I know some people that absolutely love his stuff and trade it very well. Yeah, that man sounds like he belongs in an insane asylum. And as somebody who worked in them, he definitely sounds like he belongs there. All right, we got 10 minutes. Highly doubt I get anything else, but we'll see. Wrote that down somewhere and I need to find it. I think there is one setup. Now, if I decide to intraday swing and still use my current setup, this would be the setup that I take when we create divergence inside of the change zone, because we only broke this level. We didn't break both. So when we came down and created this particular type of divergence here, and we rotate and we were on the rotation level as well, most of the time when that happens is going to come up to the well, it'll be a pink line if it's for a buy or a blue line if it's for a sell. I probably wouldn't use my exact same stop loss though. I'm not really sure all the way. I would probably just put the stop loss below the low of the bar, so it'll be like 32 ticks stop loss, and this would have been like 115 tick take profit. If I intraday swing, it'll be stuff like that. All right, I have to, oh, here we go. All right, yeah, no, I still don't want to do that. Okay. All right, we got 5 minutes left. Let's see what happens. I can't take the sell. We created what I call a pin bar right here, meaning that the lowest that this bar got, it touched my minor level to the tick and like wicked off of it. So any trades going back towards it typically will not work at all. But yeah, overall today I don't feel bad about today at all. I need to can't take this buy either. Yeah, I can't take the buy either. I have got to move this pullback marker though. It sucks because today was actually a good day after 9:15. Oh, and I definitely Are we gonna get stuck right here? What the hell? All right, we got a minute left, so I highly doubt this does anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my accounts dashboard so you guys can see the drawdown that's left in each account. I thought we were pushing harder than we were. Anyway, so trading 3 accounts right now, 250Ks and a 25K. 18 and 22 were just started today, so we're starting off in the negative, which is trash, but that's all right. Hopefully the rest of the week we can bring it back. So my number 17 account, that account we have to either pass or fail by next Friday, because it renews the following like Wednesday or something. So maybe not next Friday, but just the day before it renews. So I still have about $1,000 in drawdown left on that account. Hopefully we can save it. We'll see. But that's pretty much where we are. I took 9 trades today. Did I say 18? Yeah. So I took 9 trades, won 3, lost 6. Like I said, I think it's really only one trade in there that should be an actual legitimate loss. Everything else we're gonna create little slightly stricter rules for, but I definitely should be positive today. So that sucks, but it is what it is. As long as you're learning through the losses, that's what matters the most. So I thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. And I will see you guys bright and early at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow morning. Rio, you have a great day as well. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.